You're watching Drake Wing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drake Wing Gaming. As some of you know me on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Undefeated. So y'all, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, y'all. Oh yeah, it's not a bad image to start with. Anyway, y'all, please sit back and enjoy as I entertain you. Let's jump right in. Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Alright. Damn, yawn. Get out of me. Alright. Sounds like you've never gone to the beach party before. You know, Red, I can't say I have. Never really had the chance in a landlocked state. I don't think I was missing much. I'd much rather be on land where I can get drifted out to sea. Or can't get drifted out to sea. Red seems pumped, and it's the most excited I think I've seen him in weeks. The whole walk down, he's been rambling about family vacations to the beach. They had this giant balloon thing and a really tall tower, and then one guy sat at one end of the balloon, another guy jumped off the tower onto it, and the guy on the balloon just flew up into the air. They called it the Pudge. Eve jumped for me, and I flew like 30 feet. Sounds excruciatingly painful. It was. It slapped the fur clean off my chest. He says that with a grin. We open the door to the immersion chamber and step inside. A few guys are standing around drinking at tables with some more down on the beach. Fang employees that wander around, helping to get everything set up. There's a large banner across the top of the drink bar reading, "Farewell, Ryan," along the photos of the lizard man in various intimidating poses. Ryan, guy in Bucky's class that I helped coach a few weeks back. He shoved and threatened me. I can see Redline's face tightens up. Oh, that's... How you feeling? I think I'm gonna throw up. That's the spirit. Let's get you some alcohol. I don't really know if alcohol is the right answer, or even if it should be the answer to anything, but Redline seems pretty stoked about it. Red drags me on up to the bar and orders something expensive sounding. The bartender asks what I'll have. Can I get a lemonade? Ooh. A few guys heard that A few guys nearby overheard that. A few guys nearby that overheard it also start to boo me. I can feel my neck get hot. Oh, come on, dude, you need to loosen up. At least grab a beer. I can do that without alcohol. You've had your chance to loosen up without alcohol since you came down here. I'm starting to think you're lying to me. I roll my eyes. I don't want to drink. Come on, Zan. Stop. I turn back to the bartender to get my order again, but he's already got me a glass of lemonade ready to go. Oh, thanks. The two of us wander back to an empty table, with Redline stopping to greet some guys every few seconds. Half of them barely grunt a response back. At least the view from the table is nice. The sun is still pretty high in the sky, so people are mulling about. Seems like everyone's in good spirits. A bunch of people are swimming. A lot more than just standing around, drinking and talking. I spy a few huge dudes playing volleyball down the sand. One guy sets the ball, it goes up. A big dude spikes the ball into someone else's face hard enough to send the guy stumbling back. The ball bounces back onto the spiker side of the net and hits the ground. The entire other team, including the gentleman on the ground, cheers loudly. Checking out the eye candy? The what? Redline giggles and takes another sip of his drink. You know, the babes, the hunks, the smoking hot, Another sip. The men! Hot! Redline trips over his words a lot. This is nothing new. I shrug. I'm tripping over my words, because I'm still waking up. They're alright, I guess. I'd be lying if I didn't at least admit some of these men were, at a base physical level, incredibly attractive. I'm not very picky about sizes or appearance. When it comes to personality, it's a fucking desert. Guys down here are either mean, dumb, or both. Redline nudges me a bit too rough. Come on, big guy, what's the matter? Surely one of these guys has your eye. It's like a fucking chartreuse board. Charcuterie board? Yeah, that, smorgasbord. It's like, it's one of those, but with men. There's a lot of them. I think he meant smorgasbord, chartreuse board. I don't know, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of hot guys here. Redline makes some ooh sound, like we're in 4th grade talking about girls. Roll my eyes. What about you? Ahina takes a long sip and slams his empty glass down with a big satisfied grin. Oh, buddy, this is an all-you-can-eat buffet, and I'm looking to get my money's worth. 1 second, y'all. Coffee time. Alrighty. Oh, that's some damn good coffee. What does that mean? Maybe bring a bit home in a doggy bag, too. What does that mean? Redline just giggles, that hyena trait showing itself clear as day. Let's just say that room was occupied quite a bit before you showed up, buddy. Gross. Redline laughs, loud enough to get the attention of a nearby table. I motion my hands to try to keep him quiet. Shut up, man. I washed the sheets before you came and after I came. Stop! I heard a laugh, this one much higher pitched and louder than the one before. Redline goes to grab another drink. Redline goes to grab it, but when he returns, he starts very loudly pointing at the men he slept with, loudly naming them off and giving probably way too many details about his encounters. So, you can remember all these guys' names and how big their dicks are, but you can't remember Smorgasbord? He takes another long sip, trying not to spill it as he giggles. You never forget the important details, Xander. Who cares about some dumb French word when there's men to please? Guess he's got me there. There's probably some more value in that somewhere I'm sure. Redline seems happy. His tail's been going a mile a minute since he started drinking. I'm gonna head down to the shore. Have fun. Redline grabs my arm and starts to tug. You misunderstood, dummy. You're coming with me. He's not pulling very hard, so I don't resist much, planted firmly in my chair. I'll just sit up here and watch. Come on, if you won't drink alcohol, you at least gotta drink some tea water. That sounds like a worse idea. It's not even seawater. It's chlorinated. That's basically the same thing. Yeah, kid, quit being a party pooper. I stumble back, some sort of survival instinct kicking in to help create distance. Bruce just snorts some hot air out. Easy, kid, it's a party. No one's gonna bite your head off. You couldn't if you tried. Bruce scruffs Redline and flashes a big toothy grin, which now it's nearly touching. You wanna bet on that, furball? Redline just lets out a squeaky growl and Bruce sets him down, his big sharp claws ruffling Redline's hair. Didn't know you two knew Ryan. But we've, met. Bruce's face sours. Doesn't sound like it was a good impression. He tried to kill Xander. Well, no, but he did shove me. Bucky put a stop to him quick. Bruce lets out a sigh, his claws now scritching behind Redline's ear. You can see his tail wag as he sips from his drink. Huh. Unusual for Bruce to be doing that. Yeah, that sounds like it. That sounds about right. I hear he plays rough in training. It's like the guy doesn't have an off switch. But you haven't seen it in action? You really think anyone outside of the heavyweights wants to spar with me? He can try to be a tough guy with me if he wants. Just then the door opens and a bunch of men cheer, hooting and hollering Ryan's name. Sure enough, he showed up with a couple of friends. Looks like he's in good spirits. Someone hands him a plastic cup filled with what I assume is it to be alcohol, and someone else cranks the music up. Redline scampers off to mingle with anyone that will listen. I'm not sure what's worse, tagging along with him or being along with Bruce. The big guy just glares down at me, eyes occasionally drifting to some other partygoers. He seemed particularly keen on Ryan, but his eyes always returned to me. So, yeah? He takes a sip from my cup. What you drinking? Lemonade, you? He shimmies his cup in his hand. Just some water. Not much for alcohol these days. Attaboy, Brucey. Hydration is key, just like I taught you. Oh, hello there. Bucky strolls on in, with Drayden trailing behind. It's weird not seeing either of them in their respective uniforms. Bruce just grumbles. I never had you as a coach. Yeah, I would have worked you to the bone if you did. He rolls his eyes and takes another swig of his water. It's good to see you two. I didn't think staff would show up. What, and miss out on all the fun? I always like seeing my fighters off, even the troublemakers. I don't know why he tousled my hair on that line, but luckily my antler nubs made it a little harder for that. And Drayden, you never really seemed like the party type. Hey now, I can be fun, though Bucky did offer to go with me. I treated Ryan a bit back when I first started. He's been in the medbay pretty frequently, believe it or not. I can believe it. The guy fights like an animal. He's been in more fights than a lot of the men down here, and his hospital record proves it. Seems he has some rough coaching, too. He'd end up there a lot after sparring. Both Drayden and Bruce take a drink, glaring at Bucky. Hey, don't look at me. I didn't get him till a few weeks ago. I don't let that shit fly in my classes, at least not to the head. Ab training is fair game. Don't tempt me. You still owe me a few punches as payback. Bucky laughs nervously, then clears his throat. He just got more and more rowdy. Too much for the other coaches to handle, apparently, so they sent him away. I'm usually good with handfuls. I mean, look at Red. We all glanced down at the hyena on the beach, who was trying and failing to wrestle down a large tiger man. The man then proceeds to slam his fist into Redline's body, kicking up a sizable amount of sand around his body. Redline lets out a high-pitched wheeze, followed by some energetic giggles. They seem to be having a good time. Ryan's standing next to them, sipping a drink. Doesn't seem like he's as happy as he was earlier, though. What a handful and... Oh. What a handful indeed. Someone ought to keep that thing on a leash. Ha, come on, guys, he's not that bad. I wasn't insulting him. Oop, incoming. Redline staggers up, just absolutely coated in either sweat or ocean water. He's still giggling, and his abs are as red as the blush on his face. Guys, hang on. Hi, Buck, and Doctor. It's hard for him to get a word in between his heavy panting and giggling. I'm gonna be right back. Ryan's in a bad mood, so I thought of something that would cheer him up. And without waiting for a response, the little guy sprints off out the door. The wet pitter-patter of his paws trailing away. I've never seen him this energetic. Have you met the guy? He's on some kind of high all the time. Only a few times, but even then, he's at least a little more mellowed out. He does loosen up a lot at the parties, not that the rest of you ever show. I'll find ways to keep his trap shut while he's working out. Hard to keep chattering when you can barely breathe. Just as long as you... Oh, good lord. The beach volleyball player from earlier strolls by, his muzzle held up in the air. His paw keeps it pinched shut, but blood is still coming out. Hey, Butt, are you alright? Don't do that. Drayden leans the dog forward, and he says something garbled by the blood of his snout. The doctor huffs and leads him toward the door. Sorry, guys, I'll be right back. Come here, I'll get you taken care of. As Drayden reaches the exit, the door slams open, with Redline waddling back in holding a watermelon? Let's smash some melons! The crowd goes silent, mostly from the shock of the door slamming open and Redline yelling, but after a few seconds someone speaks up. But you only have one melon. I only have one, but it'll be fun. Redline drags a crowd of people down to the shore, splaying out a beach towel and setting the watermelon in the center. It's about the size and shape of a medicine ball. Why is it all round? Shouldn't they be, like, an egg shape? You're like an egg shape. Reese's expression scrunches up as Redline drags Ryan into the circle of people. Lizard's holding a different cup of alcohol, and judging by the steadiness of his stance, he seems to be pretty hammered. Hey, quit grabbing me. Come on, dude, it'll be fun. It's just like in my favorite anime where... I don't want to play your fucking dumb bullshit. Lizard tugs his arm back and storms off, chugging the rest of the contents of his cup. Redline just lets out a giggle and wanders over to a chair. He pulls out a wooden baseball bat from underneath. Who wants first swing? Before anyone can speak up, Redline stumbles back into the circle, raising the bat over his head and slamming it down onto the watermelon. It makes a dull thud, but ultimately does not move. The crowd seems a little confused, and the more people that join the circle, the less people seem to understand. Xander! All eyes turn to me. My ears flip down as Red marches in my direction, swinging the bat lazily from side to side. Are you picking any of this up? Kinda. Should you be swinging that around like that? It's your turn! Redline yanks me into the center, wrapping a piece of cloth over my eyes and starts turning me in place. One second, y'all. Coffee time. Alright, so not only is Redline... Not only can Redline not hold his alcohol, he probably shouldn't be around alcohol in any capacity. Oh man, he gets too rambunctious. Do I get a say in this? Shut up, Zan, it's solstice! Yeah, shut up, it's solstice. Solstice isn't for like 4 more months. Hey, can you chill with the spinning? Redline giggles and spins me a few more times until I'm genuinely thoroughly dizzy. He shoved the bat into my hands with enough force to almost knock me over. Now swing! At the melon. At the melon! I can't see it. Go forward 4 steps and swing. No, you'll hit me! I really don't know if I believe either of you. Go forward 5 steps and then swing. And I definitely don't believe you. That gets a chuckle from both of them. The crowd actually seems into it now, talking amongst themselves or laughing as I stumble around. A few of them shout out commands, which way I need to go and when to swing. There are a lot of conflicting commands. But I ain't giving out some more of the consistent ones, so I find myself relying mostly on him. If I can piece him out from under the crowd. Okay, now! Now? Now! Now, I guess. I raise the bat over my head and slam it down directly in front of me. Whenever I hit it, doesn't feel like a melon. I slide the blindfold off and see the bat pressed firmly against the towel next to the melon. The crowd makes some sounds of lighthearted disappointment, but Redline stumbles forward, giggling about how close I was. He swipes the bat from my hands and starts swinging it wildly over his head. Who's next? Who wants to go next? Got it. Come here, Runt. Redline's ears fold and his tail flickers, but he's smiling bigger than ever as Bruce steps forward and snatches the bat from Redline's weak grasp. Hey! You gotta spin around first. Spin around? Yeah, like a piñata, and you get more points if it's a clean break. Yeah, alright, sure. Let's spin you around. Bruce gives a dark grin as he starts spinning Redline in place. The Eaton starts to protest, but after a few turns, he stumbles off to the side and gets caught by a crowd member, giggling like a drunk idiot. So, I just gotta break the melon. Bruce steps up to the plate, twisting the bat in his grip, and he's got an evil look in his eyes. Wait, you gotta spin too! Redline protests, but he's giggling the whole time. Bruce rolls his eyes and twirls in place on one foot. There, I spun too. After we spin around, we smash the melon! In a single deft motion, the baseball bat streaks through the air, like a bolt of brown lightning striking down on a collision course with the watermelon. Crack! The crowd stands in stunned silence, seeing the baseball bat split in two over the watermelon. The broken half flies off to the side, pitching itself into the sand next to my feet. Bruce, too, manages to express shock, anger, concern, confusion all at once. He tosses the other half of the bat to the side. Redline, on the other hand, is howling with laughter. What the hell, Red? The champ reaches down to grab the melon, but his hands slip when he tries to lift it. He reaches again, clutching it from below and scowling as he stands up with the melon cradled on his chest. What the fuck is this thing made of? Why is it so goddamn slimy? Bruce drops the melon and it thumps into the sand. A distinct green streak runs up from Bruce's forearm and hands, the same color as the melon. The melon, on the other hand, seems to have leaked its color all over the dino's scales. Redline once again howls, laughing. Bucky moves forward and wipes the melon clean with the towel it sat on before. Oh my god, I love this. This is so good. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave a super thanks, or a tip if you can, it always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!